have now visited that particular project quite a few times in my riding, and you can just see the healthy lifestyle, the smiles on people who are living in that particular project at the Oaks, and the difference it is making in turning around their life in terms of, because they have this new facility available to them, their own home, and because they have got the healthcare and the social community services available to them right then and there. Another very important project is the Beaver Barracks project, which is it's interesting. Minister Shirali, who's the Minister of Infrastructure, actually kick-started that particular project when he was the regional chair for the Ottawa-Carleton region, and now we're looking at the completion of that project in terms of the building of, in total, 248 units. 248 units, which is a mix of bachelor apartments, mix of apartments for people with disabilities, townhouses for larger families. It's a great project located in the riding of Ottawa Centre. There are two phases. Phase 1 is complete. People have moved in. And the phase 2, the construction, has just begun. I was there along with Minister Shirali 2 weeks ago, getting a tour of that particular new residential complexes, and it's amazing. An investment of $18.3 million by this government. $18.3 million. A significant investment, which is resulting in one of the most significant boosts of affordable housing in my riding of Ottawa Centre, and roughly 88, 90 more units to come in the second phase of that project. The last particular project I want to speak, Madam Speaker, which is another a close one, a project I worked on from day one, which is provided by the Cornerstone Housing for Women. Cornerstone is one of the most unique and incredible organization under the leadership of Sue Garvey, which provides affordable housing and shelter for women who are trying to escape situations of sexual violence and domestic violence. We were able to work with Cornerstone and get them $6.3 million to build 42 units of affordable housing. And here's another very unique thing about this particular project, that is, it's going to have a combination of senior women, 20 senior women, 20 units for senior women living, and 22 younger women who have special needs, who have been chronically homeless, or who may need special access to special support services. So building that great combination between senior women having the need for affordable housing and younger women who had other challenges to work through. Once again, a great combination of bringing housing dollars, bringing health dollars through the Champlain Lane. I want to thank them for partaking in both the Cornerstone project in Ottawa Centre and also the Oaks by Shepherds of Good Hope project, and also bringing community and social services. And on the Cornerstone project, I want to give a big thank you to Minister Madeleine Mayer for her steadfast support in terms of making sure that we get the operating dollars necessary to provide the community and social services in this particular project. So thank you, Minister Mayer, for your recognition of the Cornerstone project and your support for it. All these projects in my riding has bringing a whole new renaissance to the need of affordable housing and their importance for it. But that's not where, Madam Speaker, it ends. We've got, on top of this, millions of dollars being invested to upgrade existing housing stock. Every single large apartment complex, mostly owned and operated by the Ottawa Community Housing, right now has scaffolding on top of it. We are changing balconies. We are changing windows, putting more energy efficient windows. We are changing doors. We are changing carpeting in the hallways. I have a habit of going door to door through all the community housing building in my riding. And I've been doing this before I was elected to meet members of the community, and have never stopped since I was elected. And I just see the difference. I absolutely, it's remarkable to see not only in the physical health of the building as a result of the investment that is made in terms of rehabilitation, renovation of these particular buildings, but also in the attitude of people. This is people's home. And you can imagine the kind of positive difference it makes in their lives when they see their home being cleaned up, being spruced up, being renovated. I was just towards the end of the summer, a speaker was in Gladstone Terrace, which is on the corner of Gladstone and Preston Street in my riding. And it's a seniors affordable housing by Ottawa Community Housing, and it's gone through all kinds of refurbishment in terms of change in quality of life. And I remember knocking doors through that particular building, and you heard issues and you heard complaints about the living conditions. This time when I went knocking through those complex, the biggest complaint I heard, that each floor has a garbage chute, that the new lid for the garbage chute was too stiff because it was brand new, needed a little bit more WD-40 speaker to make it easier for senior citizens who live in the building to hold. And I took a delight in finding out that was the biggest concern the residents had, because they really appreciate the investment made, and got in touch with Ottawa Community Housing. And I want to give a big salute to Joanne Poirier, who's the CEO of the Ottawa Community Housing, a woman with a heart, a woman with incredible passion for affordable housing, great to work with in helping the needs around affordable housing in our community. Call Joanne, and obviously she got her supervisor in to make it easier to open those chutes. But an example of the kind of the result of the investment we're talking about under the social housing repair and retrofit investment, about $47 million being invested as we speak in upgrading affordable housing in Ottawa, and my riding in Ottawa Centre is a very significant recipient of that. The new council, the new mayor, Jim Watson, who is the former Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing in our government, now as the mayor, speaker, has also have made a commitment towards investing in affordable housing. And in his platform, he committed $14 million in new funds for homelessness and poverty reduction. And in this budget, which the city presented, those $14 million are there and allocated. And I want to thank Mayor Watson for making that commitment and following through the commitment, because there's a lot of excitement in the community, and that's going to make a difference. But one of the big reasons that commitment could also be able to be made is because of the uploading the provincial government has been continuously doing of the social services that were downloaded by the previous Harris Hudak government, in terms of downloading ODSP, Ontario Disability Support Program, downloading ODB, the Ontario Drugs Benefit, and other Ontario Works, OW, and other social services that were downloaded on the municipalities, draining their resources from doing anything else. The McGuinty government has been steadfastly uploading those services. ODB has been fully uploaded. ODSP uploading will be complete by the end of 2011, and we are now on the way of uploading Ontario Works. As a result of these uploading, not to mention uploading around transportation, uploading around land ambulances, public health, the City of Ottawa this year has $140 million more dollars. As a result of uploading just around ODSP and ODP, they have about $25 million more dollars. And I was happy to see that Mayor Watson was able to take big chunk of that $25 million and reinvest in affordable housing. I look forward to continue working with him and his council to find more money in the future, because that pool of money available to the City of Ottawa, because of uploading that is being done, by the McGuinty government, which in this budget we have recommitted to. We will continue to invest in affordable housing. But this long-term affordable housing strategy is important because it sets out the framework to continue moving, to keep building on the successes that we have accomplished in the last 8 years. We need to make sure that the federal government also speaks of having a national housing strategy, and we need to make sure those who are running for office this time around in this election that we ask for them to make a commitment to have a national housing strategy as well. Thank you, Speaker.
Questions and comments. Member Centre has up to 2 minutes to respond.
Thank you very much, Speaker, and thanks to all the members who spoke after my comments. Speaker, I'm only faithful to my constituents in Ottawa Centre. And during the whole 20 minutes that I spoke and all the investments I was talking about and every single dollar I was outlining, I was talking about the investments in the last 4 years only since I've been elected in 2007. So I ask other members to reconsider their math accordingly. I just want to highlight very quickly a report that came by the Alliance to End Homelessness, which is an organization in Ottawa, which looked at the homelessness in Ottawa from January to December 2010. And the report is good to read. It calls for action, it asks that we need to do more. But it also notes, Speaker, says at last a solid increase in new affordable housing, and it tracks affordable housing for last several years. It asks all governments to invest more in terms of appropriate investment in affordable housing, like the federal provincial stimulus dollars, which helps our community reach annual targets, the kind of investment I was speaking of in my earlier comments. Also stating that the 2010 numbers are daunting, but hope is in the air. Our community can become inclusive and ensure everyone has an appropriate home by 2020. And it goes through various statistics, Speaker, as they highlight as positive in 2010. 203 new units created in Ottawa in 2010, 2,136 households moved from emergency shelter to permanent housing, 21,557 helped with housing services, 179 additional people who have received supports to be successfully housed, and $47 million in social housing repair and retrofit. Nobody's arguing, Madam Speaker, that this is it. We need to do more, but we're on the right track, and this long-term affordable housing strategy, which I will be wholeheartedly voting for, is going to ensure that we have a solid map, a blueprint for the future, so that we don't get into the kind of lapses we felt under the previous two governments. Thank you very much.